Hey guys, we're here recording, recording our week 5 PRs for Pokemon Federation. Music's really loud. Not so loud anymore. Yeah, we got some good matches, some good matchups, that is, and then pretty good upsets, so it's definitely a good week for PRs, because we get to change them, and everything changes. Last week, we honestly didn't have anything too crazy happen. This week, we have some crazy things happening. So yeah, let's get right into them. It's a day late. I was lazy. Forgive me for my sins. Anyway, number 16, we still have Razor Claw. At this point, he's the only coach to have not won a game. He is practically out of playoff contention. I imagine there's probably a way 4 and 5 gets him in, but you have to assume that A, he won't win his last 4, B, that 4 and 5 is not a good enough record. He might be able to slip in with 4 and 5, but if his differential's also bad, so it kind of completely funks up his chances. Like, he's not had anything crazy schedule-wise. Like, it's not good, but it hasn't been awful. It's okay. His schedule's been pretty bad, but like, Mike was a winnable game. Arc was definitely a winnable game. I mean, everyone's a winnable game, but like, I don't know. Just in terms of record. But yeah, he played Wreck-It Mike this week, who is pretty good. He made changes to his team, so that was obviously big. This is his first match with his new team. He traded away like Kilowattrel and stuff, and he got like an Amorous, which is big. Now he has Terra. He's doing an Electro, Terra Drifblim. Like, this team got a lot better in my opinion. It wasn't necessarily one-dimensional, but like, you obviously have to prep for both of these Terra Pokemon. Terra Drifblim is very good. And he picked up like Lax too, and Masquerade at one point is definitely good value. It's just a web setter, but I mean, that's fine. That's all you needed to do. Yeah. Mike made changes, and Razor has to face him, and he doesn't face him. So I will tell you how this game goes. Turn 1, it is Heracross in versus Raikou? I don't actually remember what he was in versus. Was it Zarude? Maybe it was Zarude. Yeah, wait, no, it was Palafin. It was Palafin in on Heracross. That's what it was. I looked at the wrong team. I think it was Palafin in on Heracross. And then Mike goes Hitmontop. It is eject button Hitmontop, but Heracross clicks Spike. Then he clicks CC. The Hitmontop gets eject buttoned out. The Hitmontop goes Palafin? Or is it something else? I think it just goes Palafin. Oh wait, no. He already popped that. I think he has Raikou. He goes Raikou, I think. And then just hards out into Drifblim. And yeah, at that point Drifblim takes the CC because it's Ghost type, and it sets up a lot of Calm Minds. It is Calm Mind key bearing this matchup. Heracross spams Rock Blast and just allows Drifblim to set up to +4/+4. I don't know why he kept this mon in for the entire time instead of going Zarude. I think Zarude was AV because it took like 45. I didn't see Razor's side because it wasn't up, so I don't actually know most of his team. I know it was Special Talonflame. It was Spike's Heracross, and then Zarude I think was AV just based on damage. So like +4 Drifblim Terra Ghost Shadow Ball did like 40-45%. So I'm assuming it's AV. I don't actually know. I just feel like that'd be stronger. Maybe it's not. I don't know. But either way, I have no idea what this Zarude item was. If it's not AV. So yeah, that's all that happened. He just kept in his Heracross to keep Rock Blasting instead of going into Raikou. Into Zarude is what should have came in. Zarude just should have came in, especially after the first Rock Blast. Once it revealed Key Berry, obviously if if he has like Air Slash or something, he's gonna do a fuck ton of damage, but it's literally the only thing you can bring in. And at that point, if it reveals Air Slash, A, it has to Terra if it wants to Calm Mind more, and in this case it was Terra Ghost, so it actually couldn't spam Calm Mind. Because you are knocked, which doesn't do enough, but you also don't take anything, because it was Terra Blast, or no, it was Shadow Ball, Strength Sap, Calm Mind. What was his last move? Psychic? Psyshock? Giga? I don't actually remember. I don't remember his last move. I think it was Psychic. I'm pretty sure it was Psychic. I'm pretty sure it was Psychic. I think it was Psychic. Maybe it wasn't Psychic. I don't remember. It doesn't matter. But yeah, Razor just lets it set up to +6 and or +4, and then +1 defense, and gets the Unburden, and it just sweeps. He doesn't do anything to stop it. He didn't bring anything to stop it. That's clearly on him. Next, we got Sableye. He played Shadow Stitch this week. This game was weird. This game wasn't bad. Sableye is on a very big losing streak right now, though. He's 1-4 on the season, but he's 0-4 in the last 4 weeks. He started the season at number 2, and now he is at number 15. He was second from the top in the beginning, and he's now second from last. You're getting into must-win territory now as Sableye. At this point, it's still possible. You go 5-4. That's probably good enough as long as your differential's not awful. But it's like, it's not gonna be easy from here. It does not get easier. At this point, you've had, I don't know, like your opponents have been easy. Like in the last 3 matches, he played, let's see, when he played Fist was 2-1 because he played in week 4. Fist was 2-1, CB Marcus was 1-1, and Shadow Stitch was 2-2. Like, I mean, nothing crazy, but like, you know, his opponents have been easy. But like, no one's in this league easy. Everyone's around mid, so it's good. That's why like a 5-4 record. At this point, you have to win out. I don't think a 4-5 record will make the playoffs. It's possible if everything goes in favor of that, but it probably won't. And I have to assume it won't. But yeah, Sableye. He brought, it was a Specs Iron Valiant. It was weird Jirachi. It was, I think it was Air Balloon. It was Air Balloon, Stealth Rock, Trick Room, U-Turn, and I forgot his last move. I think it was Thunder Wave. I'm pretty sure it was Thunder Wave. Maybe not, I don't remember. I think it was Thunder Wave, though. Really weird Jirachi. Ursaluna was Double Edge, Bulk Up, Quake, something else. I think it was Pasho Berry item. Pretty good set. Pretty strong for the team. Glacier was Curse 3 attacks. Terra Ground. Overquill was Cuss? Nah, it wasn't a step. It was, I think it was Cuss Step. Oh, no, it was Quick Claw. It was Quick Claw. I don't know why. Funsies. And to be fair, if it actually got its Quick Claws off, it's actually very good here, so I guess that's why. But yeah, it was Bar Barrage, I think Liquidation, I imagine Crunch, because, you know, there's a Latios, and a Zoroark. I don't know his last move, I'm assuming Spikes, or Toxic Spikes or something. I think it was T-Spikes. I don't remember. And then Colossal was just Colossal, Terra Dragon. So yeah, so in the match, he, oh wait, I didn't change logos. Alright, we'll get to them when we get there, but I forgot about that. But not for Sableye, the new coaches. But, versus Stitch, he gets off early. It's a Glacier into Balloon Zoroark that's disguised as Tran, I think. I believe that's the lead. And Tran doesn't want to stay in, and he goes hard wheezing, and he clicks Curse. So the issue with Curse there is that you don't get any damage into wheezing. And like, he's always gonna go wheezing. That's the thing, is he's always going to go wheezing. There is no world where he doesn't go wheezing. So get your chip. Sorry. Get your chip off that you need for later. Obviously, you don't know he's neutralizing gas, but you can at least icicle crash. You can at least icicle crash. Like, just cursing immediately and revealing that your curse is just bad, because it's just bad. You don't want to reveal your set immediately. Yeah, so he doesn't do that. Then Zoroark ends up coming in on Rachi. I don't remember exactly how he got in, but I don't remember. But the Zoroark disguised again as Tran, so it looks like Air Balloon Tran, and then he gets a Shadow Ball off into Rachi, which is bad because Rachi takes like 60% from Shadow Ball, and then he's forced into, or he goes Colossal. Colossal wasn't awful, but I think Overqwil was just better, because he ends up having to go Overqwil anyway. If he didn't have Crunch, which I don't remember if he did or not, then I understand going Colossal first. But if he had Crunch, he just should have always gone to Overqwil. But yeah, he sacks off Colossal for damage and then goes Overqwil to Revenge. So Zora gets a lot of mileage early. And at that point, I think Jolteon comes in to Revenge the Overqwil. I think it goes for Calm Mind. And yeah, I believe it goes for Calm Mind. And then gets kills it with Thunderbolt after. Glacier comes in, it Terra Grounds into Wheezing, and then it's like, does it do 60? I think it does like, or it did 40. It did 40 or 60% to the Wheezing. I think it was just 40. But either way, Terra Ground, Terra Blast, to a shit ton. Which makes the Glacier late game possible, but it's like really bad, because then he hard switches out again, because he's scared of Wisp, and he goes Jirachi and takes 2 Shadow Balls to die. I don't like, it's really bad, because then you're forced into Valiant. At this point, I don't remember how Ursaluna died. I think Ursaluna just died to Zoroark. No, I didn't die to Zoroark. How did Ursaluna die? Oh, he trades Ursaluna on the Donphan. I just haven't gone over what he brought. The opponent brought Tran, Zapdos, Zoroark, Weezing, Jolteon, Donphan. No Latios, no Zoroark, or no Samurott, sorry. So yeah, he trades Ursaluna on Donphan. Overqwil dies to Jolteon. Colossal dies to Zoroark. Rachi dies to Weezing. The Iron Valiant comes into Revenge Weezing with Psychic, but at that point it specs Valiant. So the Tran comes in, kills it in 2, or I think kills it in 1 with Flash Cannon or whatever. It kills it. And then at this point, Glacier has a 1v3 versus Tran, Jolteon, and Zapdos. It cannot beat them all. He ends up negating it down to a 1-0, but it's still nonetheless a loss, and a really big loss at this point. He basically has to win out now. Biggest issue in this game is he didn't really play aggressively at all. Like, I get the trade with Ursaluna, but because you don't have a switch in. Like, that's the thing with Donphan here, is you didn't have a switch in, but like, you brought a team that didn't switch in. Like, to be fair, you don't have good switch into Donphan ever. But the Donphan that he brought, it was Custap Endeavor. Which means, and it didn't have like Gunk or anything. I think it had Ice Spinner, but that doesn't do enough. Well, it is a good chunk to Serena, but it's Serena's Fizdef, which I'm actually very surprised you weren't Fizdef Serena versus Samurott and Donphan, and also helps for Superior too. Like, he's not bringing Serena in matches. I think it's actually pretty good. Like, offensively, obviously it's completely walled by Weezing, but it gets spins off, and it blocks, like, it blocks any type of priority they can go for. So, like, Samurott Sucker Punch, or like a Donphan Ice Shard. If it gets a spin off, it gets +1. Like, I just think Power Whip, Rapid Spin, High Jump Kick Synthesis here is, like, very good here. Or U-turn instead of High Jump Kick if you don't want to do that. think U-Turn's pretty good too. But like, just bring Serena. Sableye is refusing to bring Serena in matchups. I think it's actually pretty decent. It's not great here. I'll give him that one. Like, it's really not that great here. It's just not bad. And he ended up having to force a trade with Ursaluna and a Donphan. Like, the trade you wanted to force with Bear was Weezing. You wanted to force a Weezing sack. Or you want Valiant to be able to kill Weezing. But A, he's also not using Iron Valiant right. He's not ever bringing it in, and he keeps bringing Choiced Valiant. Just bring broken-ass Booster energy. Booster here is amazing. Booster is phenomenal in this matchup. You guarantee outspeed Zoroark. You guarantee outspeed Samurai. You guarantee outspeed Latios. You guarantee outspeed. You outspeed everything guaranteed except a Scarf Jolteon or a Quick Feet Jolteon here, which he actually was Quick Feet Jolteon here. But that's the point, is that Valiant would outspeed everything, and Moonblast, Psychic, Close Combat, or maybe not even Close Combat, maybe just Focus Blast or Aura Sphere or something. Or Swords Dance. Swords Dance isn't that great here. Like, just, he's not bringing good Valiant sets. Like, Specs isn't bad here, but you're not cooking Specs Moonblast versus Tran. That's it, you just Tran. And Tran is the only switch-in, but it's a switch-in. It's a good one, too. Ends up, like, if he wasn't, I mean, he wouldn't have won in this case if he wasn't Specs, but he's never able to bring in Valiant because it's always constricted to clicking one move. And he does not want to be constricted into one move here. So yeah, that's my biggest issue with Sableye and how he's played Valiant and Serena. I just think he hasn't used them right. I've liked how he used Ursaluna, and I think Glass Chairs is very good, and he's used it pretty well. Like Glass Chair, Ursaluna, he's used pretty well, I think. Or like decently well. But like Valiant and Serena, and I don't think Serena is like an amazing Pokemon, but it's decent. Like it should come to games. And Valiant he just hasn't used right at all. I'm just gonna say that. Next one, Arc. God. I love watching Arc. Arc is my favorite person to watch. But, good God, he makes a lot of misplays. This game, he had... Well, we'll get into it. So, he brought AV Max Careful Tusk. He brought Calm Mind, Leftovers, Raging Bolt, 3 attacks. It was Heat Rock, Healing Wish, Flame, I forget the rest, Solar Beam, I think. Maybe not Solar Beam. And then, like, Wisp, I think. I don't remember. It was Wisp, definitely. He tried to Wisp Tinglu. It was Bandurus, it was Banded Victory Bell, Terra Grass, Power Whip, and then it was like Fizz Def, or it's like mixed defensive, but mostly Fizz Def. It was Bold, Porygon. Prep was fine, it was cool, I liked it. Choice Banded Victory Bell is very strong, but there's no Dragalge, which the opponent does bring Dragalge, but like even then it can knock it and do a shit ton, and at that point, if you have hazards up, it's really problematic. Which his team actually didn't have hazards, but like the thing is, Spider doesn't know that. So, like when you have potential rocks, Tusk, potential rocks, Landorus, he has to assume you have hazards. Yeah, but Choice Band of Landorus is very, very, very free into this team. If you look at Spider's team, the only ground resist on the entire team are Thundurus and Virizion. Virizion's on top of that a Terra Captain, so if he Terras, he no longer resists it. And Thundurus is not a switch into Landorus. A, it can't do anything, and B, if you take a Stone Edge or a Rock Slide or something, you're dead. So, Bandurus is very good here. The issue is that he didn't, well, one of the issues with Bandurus is that you didn't have a Rock move, you just should have had a Rock move. It didn't matter here at all, but, like, you just should have. Yeah, the opponent brings Colbur Spectrier with, like, Wisp, Calm Mind, Spadef, or was it Spadef? I think it was Spadef Tinglu. It was Spadef Tinglu. He brought Dragalge, Toxic Protect. It was Agility Arcanine Boots. Regigigas was Terra Fairy. Icy Wind protects. I think Hyper Beam. I forget its last move. Maybe I think it was Sub or something. I forget your last. Oh, it was Iron Crown. It was Booster Iron Crown. So Tachyon, he Calm Mind. Then it was Heal. What's the Heal? Psychic Noise. And I forget your last move. Probably just Agility or something. Or Iron Defense. It was Iron Defense. So yeah. Spider's team, the matchup was like fine. I think it was very much favored in Ark's on Ark's side. Victorville is actually a really big threat because if you knock Tinglu or Dragalge one time, I mean Dragalge's not too important here. But like he doesn't have anything to really break through Porygon comfortably. Like Spectre Air can only wisp it. Tinglu can't do anything to it. It doesn't even have Ruination. Arcanine, it's Fizz Def. Reggie can't do much to it either. Dragalge's the biggest thing. He'll be able to Toxic it. And then our Crown also can beat it because Foul Play doesn't do anything. It's like 25%. So yeah. Porygon's actually really annoying for the team. It kind of just beats most of it. What does it beat it? But like, it sits on everything. The only thing it doesn't sit on is Dragalge. Because that's Toxic. So yeah, he has double ground, and again, as we went over, there's 2 ground resistance on the entire team. One of them's a Virizion that doesn't know, and then Thundurus, who doesn't switch into either one of these. So yeah, he has double ground into a team with no real ground resist. So yeah. Then he has Sun Victory Bell, just big ass threat. And then Sun Raging Bolt's always gonna be a really big threat, but Tinglu should be able to check that comfortably. Oh, I should think that Raging Bolt probably should have been Draco. You just get a lot more damage in Tinglu, but I understand Dragon Pulse. I'm not gonna complain about that. But I think you should have been Draco. You just get a shit ton more damage into Tinglu. It's easier to chip it into +1 Draco range than it is to get it into +1 Dragon Pulse range. And he's no switching to Draco outside of that and like weekly tough. But yeah, in the game, I forget lead. I think it was just lead Tusk into lead. What was it? Lead Arcanine? No way, it was Arcanine. I forget what lead he led. I forgot what he led. But it may have been Tinglu. Damn, what the fuck did he lead? I forget what Spider led. I think Spider just led... Was it Dragalge? No, it wasn't Dragalge. Maybe just Arcanine. I think it might have just been Arcanine. Yeah. That's what it was. It was Arcanine on... Wait, no, it wasn't. I was gonna say it's Arcanine on Ninetales, but it wasn't. Maybe Arcanine on Great Tusk. I don't remember. But... eventually we get into a situation where Tusk predicts the Spectre Air and clicks knockoff, which is a good play. I think he just leads. I know he leads Tusk. I just forget what Spider led. I think it was Tinglu. I'm guessing it was Tinglu. So he's forced out into Regigigas, who takes an Earthquake comfortably. And then he switches out on the Regigigas into Porygon. Porygon doesn't take anything because the Regigigas is for Icy Wind. Then I think he just doubles hard into Great Tusk again as Tinglu or something comes back in. And then I think the Spectre Air comes in on Knock. He predicts the Spectre Air. And it covers Regigigas as well. So he gets a very good first 3 or 4 turns, which happens every time for Arc, I think. Almost every time. At least. Yeah, he gets Knock into Spectre Air, reveals the Culver Berry, and that puts Spectre Air at around 60%. But then he stays in on Will-O-Wisp. This is probably your best Pokemon in the entire matchup. And you are just incredibly willing to sank into a Wisp. And if he hits Wisp, which he actually doesn't, then you're not even killing with Earthquake. And Wisp is obvious. Wisp is extremely obvious. So, yeah, you just shouldn't. And I'm pretty sure he outright said Wisp was coming. And you just get willing to let yourself take it. This is your best Pokemon here. Do not take that. But yeah, then he's able to kill Spectrier. And I believe just Regigigas comes back in and clicks another Icy Wind. And this Reggie keeps coming in as Porygon pivots in. So I think then the Porygon clicks. I think it just recovers that turn. Or I think no, I think he Thunder Waves as Ting Lu comes in. And then Great Tusk comes back in, and the Ting Lu Whirlwinds. At this point, he managed to get Stealth Rock up, I remember. He has Rocks up. Or a... No, it's just Rocks. Or no, I think it was just a Spike. No, I think it was Ting Lu on... Yeah, it was Ting Lu on Ninetales lead. And then Ting Lu spikes as Tusk comes in. And he goes Regigigas. As, Art clicks Earthquake. That's what happened. So yeah, at this point a Spike is up and he whirlwinds the Great Tusk out back into Porygon. And his... Yeah. No. The Reggie goes for Icy Wind as Porygon comes in. And then on Thunder Wave he goes hard Ting Lu. Drake Tusk tries to come in, but he clicks Whirlwind, gets it back in Porygon, which is forced to recover at this point. So this is like a pretty decent early game for Arc, but the Spike being up is kind of annoying because it forces Tusk. It just takes it forces damage into everything, I think, which is a big issue. As Porygon recovers, I think he opts to go hard. He just stays in with Ting Lu and clicks Earthquake, which I think was a misplay, but it allows a free recover as he gets Ice Beam chip off, another Ruination, another Whirlwind into, I think, Ninetales this time. And he goes for Wisp on the Ting Lu trying to burn it, but he goes hard Arcanine, which takes nothing because it doesn't get burnt. And then it Flare Blitzes hard into Great Tusk. So the thing with that is that you don't have a switch into Flare Blitz. I understand that, but sacking your best Pokemon here is not the play. I don't think you understand. If this thing manages to get damage into Regigigas, like this thing has no Earthquake switch in. It has no Earthquake switch in. Not one. So yeah, the Great Tusk comes in. On a Sun boosted Flare Blitz, it takes like 50, and now this Tusk is sitting at like 15%, I think. I don't think it dies to a Spike, but I don't remember what happens then. I think Arcanine just stays in, expecting to be faster. No, I don't think so. I don't think it risks that. I think it goes hard Regigigas. It takes another Earthquake, which is fine, it doesn't do enough. But yeah, after that, it's like okay, because you still have Bandorus, which still does a shit ton to his team because there's free Earthquakes. But like, he doesn't ever go into Choice Band of Landorus. Landorus has not came out all game. We're probably on turn like 15 at this point. But yeah, somehow the Iron Crown, I think Iron Crown sets up on... Yeah, I think Regigigas comes in on Tusk, and then Tusk switches out. That's what happened. Tusk switches out into Porygon. And Porygon... What happens? Porygon goes for... on the Regigigas? I think he just goes for... He goes for Recover, I think, as Dragalge comes in. And the Dragalge gets a Toxic, Protect, and so it gets a lot of chip damage. And a Poison off from the Porygon. The Porygon's sitting around like 60% after taking 3 turns of Toxic. And then Iron Crown comes in. And Arc makes a good play there, and just foul plays hard to not allow Iron Crown to set up. Because it's a big threat. If Iron Crown reveals sub, and it actually breaks the sub. So then Iron Crown Calm Minds again, as Porygon goes for another foul play. And actually, the Porygon foul play the second time would not have broken a sub, which is crazy, but... obviously you didn't know that, because the first one did. You have to assume it would. The Iron Crown sets up a Calm Mind, and then finally we see Landorus for the first time, I think. I know he clicks, not this turn, but he goes for Earthquake and kills the Iron Crown as it takes like 75% from Tachyon Cutter. And then Regigigas comes in to click Icy Wind again. And I think at that point he just goes hard Ninetales. And he clicks Wisp again as Arcanine comes in. But the problem with that is that then Arcanine clicks Agility, which makes it faster than Landorus, and it makes it faster than Sun Boosted Victory Bell, probably. So Ninetales goes for Flamethrower instead of clicking Healing Wish that it had and healing back his Banded Landorus, which at this point there is a slower Arcanine, a slower Regigigas, a slower Tinglu. I think, and slower. Wait, no, that's right. Just those, because Iron Crown died, Galgi died, Spectre Hero died. There's a slower Arcanine, a slower Tinglu, and a slower Regigigas. No Earthquake resistances. No Earthquake answer. But he clicks Flamethrower to get like 15% chip off into Arcanine. Completely pointless. Completely pointless, and you could have had your Healing Wish. You could have had your Landorus back. So then Raging Bolt has to come in on Arcanine. It takes a Head Smash, but he goes for Dragon Pulse, which doesn't kill Arcanine. Arcanine lives on like, I don't know if Thunderbolt would have killed. But the thing is, you just have to force Arcanine out at this point. Getting Dragon Pulse damage to Tinglu is so negligible because it's doing like 20%. And he was probably not switching there. He could switch, but he doesn't. So he gets Head Smash damage. The Arcanine lives a Dragon Pulse. Then Tinglu comes in on a Thunderclap. And then the Arc opts to go hard into Victory Bell. Because he has to. No. Here he goes hard Victory Bell, I think. Nah, what happens? At some point, Tusk died to Dragalge. I don't remember when, but... Yeah, I don't remember when. But... At this point, Arc has Raging Bolt, Ninetales... Or no, not Ninetales. Raging Bolt, Victory Bell, versus Regigigas, Arcanine, Tinglu. And I think what happens is Raging Bolt Thunderclaps on the Arcanine as Tinglu comes in. And then Tinglu clicks Earthquake. It just clicks Earthquake. That's what happens. It clicks Earthquake as Landorus comes in. And then instead of clicking free as Earthquake... No, he clicks Earthquake here. He clicks Earthquake. He clicks free as Earthquake. He gets Earthquake damage into Regigigas. Regigigas lives too, though, and dies to Icy... Or then Landorus dies to Icy Wind. In comes Raging Bolt again. Which is what you need to do. You need Leftovers turn because you're trying to get out of range of a Head Smash at this point, so you don't have to play 50-50 games with Thunderclap. But he clicks Calm Mind, which ends up taking HP away. He ends up at less HP. He ends up at like 6.7 range at less, which ends up crucially mattering. But he kills the Regigigas, and then Tinglu just comes in. Then he goes hard Tinglu, or he goes hard Victory Bell on the Tinglu as it takes an Earthquake, which is the right play. It's his only play. But then, and then he clicks Terra Grass Power Whip, which kills. But then Arcanine comes in, and Arcanine's actually slower than the Victory Bell. I don't know how, because it's a 90 speed Pokemon being slower than 70 base speed Pokemon, but he's slower. But he dodges a Power Whip, and then gets a Flare Blitz off the kill, and then he has to play 50-50 games with Raging Bolt, and he ends up getting them right. So, the thing with Arc in this end game is that he had multiple ways to win. So, he had Raging Bolt and Victory Bell versus Arcanine, Regigigas, and Tinglu. That's fine. When you get Raging Bolt in on Regigigas, even that's fine. And clicking Calm Mind, the issue with Calm Mind is that it's pointless. You have no reason to click Calm Mind, because you're just still going to switch out on Tinglu. The only idea that I can see possibly is that you're more inclined to click Earthquake with Ting Lu if there's a Raging Bolt set up than you are to click Whirlwind on a prediction of Victory Bell. That's my only assumption. The issue is, that's not even true. Because you're still not taking anything from +1 Dragon Pulse. But then again, maybe he's more likely to click Earthquake just to kill it. So, because then maybe you stay in because you're already set up. Or something to that effect, but that's just not true. But, yeah. So he sets up a Calm Mind on Regigigas, and he ends up losing out on like 6% HP. It ends up being very crucial because if he ended up at 6% more and then spammed Thunderclap, he would be 100% out of range of a Head Smash after using 7 Thunderclaps. And then he can just click Thunderbolt or Dragon Pulse to win the game, assuming the Arcanine does not crit him. He would 100% be out of range of a Head Smash if he got that extra chip. Second off, he had another way to win. Had he, even after the Regigigas, he didn't even have to do that. The way he played it, he goes hard Victory Bell, right? He goes hard Victory Bell and clicks Power Whip. If he had just clicked Leaf Blade, it would not kill the Ting Lu unless he got like a maximum roll. I don't even know if it killed then. But basically, it's putting it in range of a Dragon Pulse from Raging Bolt, which gives you an extra leftovers turn, which does the exact same thing as Regigigas. Thing is, he also doesn't do that. And that's the endgame he should have taken. Because that's the 100% endgame. Or it's the... What's the crit chance now? Is it 4 or 7? I forget. Whatever the crit chance is. He has like a 95% chance to win the game, assuming he doesn't get crit. That's the only way he can win at that point. Because you get the extra leftovers recovery as you kill Ting Lu, and then you spam Thunderclap 7 times on the Arcanine, you're out of range. Third off, he had... This is not necessarily a win con, but... Or a 100% win. At that point, no matter what he did, when he already messed up twice... He already messed up twice. So, when he gets into the 50-50 endgame war with Arcanine, he can just click Thunderclap every time. It negates any type of 50-50 chance. And then Spider has to also not click an attack ever. So first off, he has to win. You're not playing a 50-50 war. He is. Because you're getting leftovers back. So you spam Thunderclap, he has to get the 50-50 turns, right? So he would literally have to completely stall you out with Thunderclaps first, and know that he's going to do that. And then, also, if you got those 7 turns of leftovers back, at that point, Head Smash has a 56.3% chance to kill you. There's, what, 16 damage rolls? And 9 of them killed you. But you also have to factor in the chance that Head Smash misses, which means it's more in your favor at that point. So at that point, Arc has to win the 50-50 war every turn. He has to hit Head Smash, and he has to get the damage roll. So even though you had already messed up twice, Arc still had a good chance to win. And he doesn't take that route either. And he lets the Arcanine CC him for a kill. This game was huge. Arc basically needed this to have a real chance at playoffs. And at this point, it's like, unless he wins out, he's not going to make it. And winning out's not even guaranteed. So it's really tough. But I talked about this one for a long time because this was a royal choke. And I love Arc. Again, my favorite person to watch. But this was a big mistake. We're getting to me. I don't talk about my games much, but this game was actually pretty damn good. It was versus Sceptile, who was sitting at 3-1, while I was sitting at 1-3. I am the worst 2-3 team. This is mostly because my losses have been a 5-0 and a 5-0. So, yeah, that's really it. My two of my losses were 5-0 dominations. So, and while both my wins were very good too, both were 4-0, it's bad. But the difference here was just prep. It was Suga, Goldingo, Resto Chesto, Weavile, SD Weavile. Slow King did not come. Cabalion was Body Press, Stealth Rock, Volt Switch, Roar. Sandy Shocks was Citrus with Scorching Sands, Discharge, Volt Switch, Spikes. The Dunsparce was Calm Mind, Terra Water. And the Whimsicott was Encore Yachi Berry, Moonblast, Dunsparce, U-Turn. So, this was this game. Sometimes didn't play amazingly, and I played right. I'm not gonna say I played amazingly because that's what, egotistical? Is that what it is? But I played it right. That's what it really boils down to. I didn't get any turns wrong, I think. Except for not U-turning with Whimsicott. I also get crit turn 1. My best Pokemon in the matchup gets crit turn 1, but then I also paralyze the Mienshao, which is really big. But the thing is, Mienshao, like, it's a problem. But I have Fizdef to Dunsparce. No, actually, I was Fizdef to Dunsparce in this. I have Goldingo. I have Sandy Shocks. I have Cabalion. I have Whimsicott. Like, it's a Choice Scarf, so it cannot click Close Combat, but it also can't click, like, Ice Spinner or shit. So I'd have to basically pivot every time. Which, if I call that, it's really bad. But, yeah, it gets hit with a crit turn 1, but I paralyze and kill it. Then Slowking comes in on Cabalion. I rocks as I go for, and then as he Chilly Reception's out, into Sandslash. Sandslash takes the chip, and then it roars as the Sandslash clicks Sword Stance and Terras at the same time. So I reel Terra and then a Sword Stance. So at this point, I'm ahead by a lot. Mienshao's dead. Rocks are up. Sandslash has revealed Terra. And it's taking chip. Then Bax comes in. End up getting Weavile in. I don't click U-turn on the Bax, which is a mistake. Oh no. Here I should Sunspore, but I don't click U-turn on the Tinkaton that comes in, as he doubles to Sandslash as I go Sandy Shocks. So he ends up getting momentum there. He goes for Earthquake into Cabalion, which gets like 40% chip off, or like 35, somewhere around there. Maybe like 40. Yeah, and then I body press for chip. Oh no, here is where he switches again. He goes, I think he just goes, where does he go here? After the Earthquake chip, he goes, I think he just goes Tinkaton? Or does he go something else? Or I think he goes Slowking. Or no, he Swords Dances as I Volt Switch out. I think. No, that's not true. He switches, and I Volt Switch out. On the, yeah, I Volt Switch out on the Tinkaton, I think. And then I get into Dunsparce. I just click Flamethrower on the Tinkaton, because, oh no, I doubled it to Dunsparce. I don't Volt Switch. I doubled it to Dunsparce on the Sandslash. Or I think I Volt Switch. I don't remember. But I get Flamethrower chip on the Tinkaton as it just knocks me off. Then I Calm Mind on the Alomola. Alomola reveals AV as it takes a Boom Burst and it reveals Mirror Coat. I just recover as Max comes in. Then I make a hard Whimsicott play on TD. There, I just click the save Encore. He switches out, obviously, but it's fine. At that point, I think Slowking comes in. And I just hard into Goldingo at that point because he has nothing to really kill it. I don't remember. He never has momentum in this entire game. The dagger comes when Sandslash takes a body press from Cobalion. He ends up getting in that position. I think on this low kick, I predict the chilly reception and getting Cobalion. And he goes Sand Slash, clicks Swords Dance as I body press. It puts it down to like 22-23%-ish. It's in hazard range, basically. I think it's like 20%. But either way, it puts it in hazard range after a spike and Stealth Roar, which I don't have a spike up, but we get a spike up. I just sack off the Dunsparce as the snow ends. So I just go Weavile, click Knockoff into Tinkaton. Then I get back in Sandy Shocks on the Tinkaton as it clicks Play Rough. I just click Spike there because at that point Sand Slash is the biggest threat and the only thing that can really win the game. So I just get a Spike up to kill it. And at that point the game's basically over. He has no chance to win because I have Yachi Berry Encore. So the back is able to set up a DD, but it clicks Ice Shard, I reveal the Yachi Berry, then I Encore it, and it's locked into Ice Shard, and they cannot win the game at that point. This game completely came down to prep, and it also came down to getting outplayed, really. I don't think Sceptile's bad. I have to say this every week. I just don't like how lucky he is. I don't like luck. I hate Pokemon. This is not a Sceptile thing. Pokemon is a bad game. It's just a bad game. But yeah, he never once had momentum in this game. He never had momentum in this game. But that's the issue when you don't have a Terra low kicks because there's a Cobalion sitting on my team. And a Noivern too, and a Whimsicott even. Not really Whimsicott, but like, when I have things that actually take low kicks as hit, it's hard to bring because I have things just... Cobalion just hard walls it for one. Cobalion just hard walls. So... Then we get Soul Blaze versus Gravy. Soul Blaze is a new coach, and he had to play Gravy for his first game. That's absolutely crazy. But this game was very simple. He just sets up spikes with Diancie early. He like gets lead Houndstone, or no, he doesn't get lead Houndstone, but he gets like a lead. I think he just leads Lapras on the Terrapagos. Or no, I think he just leads Houndstone. I don't remember, but yeah, I think it was Lapras. But anyway, Houndstone comes in on Rock Polish. The Houndstone goes for Body Press, I think, as he switches out into something. I do not remember what. His sets, I don't really remember. I know it was Spikes Diancie, Terra Fairy Lapras, Defensive Houndstone, though I don't know Lottie, and I think it was, I don't know his sets. I think it was Belt Lottie. I think it was Belt Lottie, and then like Choice Bandit or Shifu, I think. And then, oh yeah, and then the extra was Clear Amulet. I think that was the sets. I don't remember for sure though. I think it was Scarf or Shifu actually. It was Scarf or Shifu, not Bandit. Lottie was Belt. Houndstone was Defensive. Yeah. So yeah, he's the Terrapagos ends up coming back in after switching out. I forget what he switched into. I think he just switched to, I don't remember. But yeah, Terrapagos tries to not necessarily beat Houndstone, but he takes Chip with Burn and takes Body Press to the face. Diancie comes in, but he's just Terra Star Storm and Dark Pulse, so he can't actually do anything to Diancie. He just keeps the Terrapagos in. I say 2 layers of spikes, it was 3 layers of spikes. So Soul Blaze is able to take that trade. He gets 3 layers of spikes up and kills Terrapagos just for Diancie. At that point, Lapras comes in, clicks Terra Fairy, and kills basically everything. I forget what the opponent brought. He brought Chi Impao, he brought Primarina, he brought Terapagos, he brought Mew, he brought Trevenant, and he brought Duraludon. I actually remember exactly the 6 that he brought. But, yeah, he just didn't have anything once 3 letters of spikes were up. He had nothing for Lapras. So Soul Blaze just breaks everything except Mew, and Mew cannot win the game in the end. The game was very one-dimensional. It's a very good showing for Soul Blaze's first game, and that's a problem. Because, well, it's his first game back, and he's already smoking, who was previously #1 in power rankings. We got Volume. Volume? I like Volume. And his schedule is an absolute bitch. Like, it's terrible, his schedule. He's played Lars, he's played Muffins, he's played, I think he played Gravy, and then he played Will, too. The only one he's managed to win was against Will, though, so. But that's the issue with Volume, is that he's a slow, because at this point, I was giving him the benefit of the doubt. I kept him at, after losing to Muffins, I kept him at 6, because I was like, he's sitting at 2-2, and he's played probably the hardest schedule in the entire league. But at this point, he's sitting at 2-3. He's only beaten Will and his week 1, which I forget, or week 2. So at this point, he's played these top coaches, but he has to win them eventually. And I'm not gonna give him the benefit of the doubt 2 weeks in a row. Especially this when he also had a chance to win and he didn't take it. So, which we'll get into that, but. Last week he stayed at 6 due to benefit of the doubt, so it's gonna hurt him more this week. That's the only reason he dropped 5. Like I don't think that he played this game so shitty he had to drop 5. And his prep was really cool, but it's a matter of last week I gave him the benefit of the doubt, and he stayed at 6. I can't keep giving you the benefit of the doubt. He's got to get wins eventually. He's sitting at 2-3. But his team was pretty cool. It was Lum Blaziken, Scarf Lycanroc, Utility Umbrella Sinistra, Power Herb Clef, Spikes or Rocks Gliscor, and then Gren was just Gren. I think it was just Life Orb. He leads Clef on Meowscarada. Meowscarada U-turns hard into Torkoal, and Torkoal dies to Meteor Beam turn 2. Crazy. It worked immediately. His opponent brought Arbok, Torkoal, Ditto, Walking Wake, Meowscarada, Gouging Fire. So breaking through Sun that early when there's a Walking Wake and a Gouging Fire is huge because these mons are very big threats. Not so much Gouging Fire really, but Walking Wake's a gigantic threat to Volume's team. So killing that this early is huge. Or getting rid of Sun early is huge. But yeah, Walking Wake revenges Clef then, but that's fine. Clef killed the Torkoal and did what it was supposed to do. But then he stacks Grin to weaken Walking Wake more, which, to be fair, he didn't really have anything to kill Walking Wake right there, so he kind of had to do that. But, like, it just sucks to do that. Oh, also, he knew that Walking Wake was not Scarf, because it couldn't kill Clef. He thought it was Mystic Water, but he knew it was a boosting item. So he could have gone like Blaziken to click Protect and then get CC damage. Because the issue with Ditto or Blaziken in this game is that there's a Ditto. So you're not really gonna break through Ditto, and there's Intimidate Arbok, and there's a Walking Wake you need damage onto, and there's a Gouging Fire you need damage into. You need too much for Blaziken to win. This is what Blaziken should do here. It should just weaken Walking Wake after a Protect, and get a CC off, and do how much ever it does. Probably like 65%, 70, somewhere around there. You just need CC damage at that point. And then you go Grin. But instead he sacks Grin, which is bad because it's his best offensive breaker here. And it's way better than Blaziken in my opinion. But yeah, then he goes Arbok on the Greninja instead of saying in Wake, which is fine. But the Grin clicks Protect, which is good because Grin lived. It lived, but it got down like 10 HP or something. So he's like 12, I think. So basically, it was dead. Um, it wasn't technically dead, but it was basically dead. It has one more life orb hit, and it dies to rocks if rocks go up, which he has no rocker, but he also has Ditto to copy Gliscor so he can get rocks up like that. But yeah, it goes hard Arbok, and then Gliscor comes in and gets knocked immediately, which I actually didn't know Arbok got that. Or no, I think I did, because I've been playing random battles a lot. So I knew it got that, but I don't think I knew it. I don't think I expected knock. I don't think I expected knock either. The thing with volume is he didn't know what Arbok did, which was really problematic, because that's why Gliscor got knocked. Then he sets up rocks as Wake comes hard in, and then he has to sack something to Hydro Steam, and it just ends up being Greninja. Then he goes Lycanroc to click Play Rough, and he clicks Play Rough, but Wake switches out into Arbok, takes a comfortable Play Rough. He gets Gliscor got rocks up on the Wake switch, by the way. But Arbok comes in, takes the Play Rough comfortably, because it's Intimidate. And then instead of going the Gliscor that he kept around just for Walking Wake, he goes hard Blaziken and takes 75 from an Earthquake. Only God knows why he did that. Only God knows. I do not know why. It's like he didn't even think about Gliscor. He kept around Gliscor specifically. When the Walking Wake came in, he kept around Gliscor specifically because he's like, okay, it should deal with the Arbok. And then instead of going the Pokemon that you kept around just for Arbok, he goes Blaziken and takes 75% from Earthquake. And at that point, you're like basically fucked unless Sinistcha wins. At that point, you have one win gun. But yeah, he goes Blaziken. I think he just clicks Flare Blitz as the what comes in then? I think just Gouging Fire comes in. What comes in? And he just hard Flare Blitzes. And he either goes Ditto or he goes. I think no, he hard Dittos on Flare Blitz, and then. So then the Blaziken clicks Protect, scouts out the Blaziken, is going for close combat, so then you can just go hard. He goes hard Gliscor. But the Ditto, I think, doubles on the Walking Wake. I don't remember. Or no, I think he doubles the Gouging Fire. Or he just clicks CC, I don't really remember. But anyway, the Gouging Fire gets in, and then he goes Sinistcha, and he's heat-proof, obviously. He clicks Strength Step as the Gouging Fire goes for sub, which is bad, but, like, it's fine, because Terra still takes nothing. So he just Terra and clicks Terra Blast, does nothing, or it breaks the sub, and the Gouging Fire is really forced out, because it does no damage with Heat Crash, because of heat-proof. So then the Gouging Fire is forced out. He just goes hard Arbok on a Shadow Ball, which is good because now you get the damage and it's in range of a few turns of rocks now, like 3 turns. So if you're able to force into Arbok, then you're in a pretty decent position. But on the Arbok, he opts to go Gliscor, as I think Walking Wake doubles. No, he just goes for, I think he goes for Gunk, and yeah, he hits it, but he doesn't poison. And then Walking Wake comes in on an Earthquake, it lives, so he gets another Hydro Steam kill. I think at that point he just sacks... Did he sack Gliscor at that point? I think at this point he sacks Gliscor. And then he brings in Lycanroc. That's the only thing that can revenge. Or no, I think he sacked Blaziken. I don't remember. I think he sacked Blaziken. Then Lycanroc goes for Stone Edge and misses, but the issue with that is I think close combat was just strictly better. I understand not wanting to allow Gouging Fire to set up. The issue with that is that Gouging Fire setting up is no issue. Arbok you still kill with the close combat. Ditto, you actually want to be going for close combat. Meowscarada, you also want to be going for close combat. You kill Walking Wake and Torkoal's dead. CC was just better, but he clicked Stone Edge, and it misses, which really sucks, but CC was just better. Um, and it comes down to a Sinister late game, which actually had a good chance of winning. But he clicks like so at this point. Apparently, Ditto cannot not change if the other Pokemon is Terra. And I actually didn't know that, and neither did Volume, and neither did Lars. So yeah, we figured that out that way. Because at that point, the Sinister, there's a Gouging Fire, there's a Meowscarada, there's an Arbok, and there's a Ditto. And Walking Wake also. Wait, how did Walking Wake die? I don't remember how Wake died, but Wake died somehow. So it comes down to Sinister versus those four. Sinister gets in on the Meowscarada. Meowscarada clicks Knockoff as it goes for Terra Blast. It gets a Calm Mind up, I think on a switch. Gouging Fire ends up being sacked for like a bit of damage, for Tree Crash damage. Then in comes Meowscarada again. Just a click Flower Trick because it's trying to get it in, because it's Stellar Terra Ditto. And at this point, he's calcing for Stellar Terra and he's trying to get it in range of a Terra Blast Stellar. Because that's his game plan versus it. So Meowscarada just spams Flower Trick for a while. And Sinister gets to as much health as it can. He kills the Meowscarada, and the Ditto comes in, and the Ditto doesn't change. And Volume's like, oh shit, this didn't change. And Lars is like, oh shit, this didn't change. So then he clicks Transform, and it doesn't transform again. But then Volume clicked an attack. If he had clicked Strength Sap, at that point, he would click Shadow Ball. Or no, Shadow Blast is fine. He would click Terra Blast, he would kill Ditto, Arbok would come in, Gunk Shot does it one shot, and you kill it at that point, and you would win. But he doesn't, because he doesn't understand the Ditto mechanic, and I didn't either. But at that point, you have to assume Ditto just can't transform, which in that point you would just Strength Sap to get back to full HP to live Arbok. But he didn't, and so he lost. Yeah, he had a chance to win late, but he didn't take it. That was another reason why he dropped so far, is that he choked. Chokes hurt you a lot on this. Marcus, he gets a forfeit win. He drops, and it's not because he got a forfeit win, it's just because the guys above him played really well. Wreck-It Mike, we talked about this earlier. Terra Drifloon just swept. Yeah, and that's all that really happened. Terra Drifloon just completely swept the team. The opponent gets a Spike Up, Eject Buttons out, Hypnotop into, I think, Palafin. He goes back, or no. I think he goes, like, something. He goes, I think he goes Chew. Or no, he goes Treads. No, he goes Treads. And clicks Volt Switch. And it just goes back to Hypnotop. Gets another Intimidate off. Takes a CC. And then he goes hard Drifblim on the CC again. Doesn't take anything. And then Drifblim Terras. It gets the Key Berry because it's Key Berry. As the Heracross goes for Rock Blast. No, I think he just goes hard Drifblim on Treads after Treads Volt Switch, but either way, same thing. Drifblim just Terras, and then it wins the game. He didn't really do anything, he just brought Terra Drifblim. The sets were pretty cool, or they weren't cool, they were just right. It was Scarf Chew, Banded Palafin. It was Shuka, I believe, on the Iron Treads. Intimidated Eject Button, Hypnotop, Terra Drifblim. I don't actually know that Electrode came. I don't remember his last Pokemon. I think Electrode came. No, it was Banded Lags. This is wrong. It was Banded Lags he brought last. So yeah, he just set up a Terra Drifblim and won. Not much to it. Dashing Sceptile, he played me. Yeah, so Sceptile brought it was Boots Back, Scarf Mienshao, Leftover Spitstef, Tinkaton, Terra Electric, Mental Herb Sand Slash, Chili Reception Slowking, and Assault Vest Max Def or Assault Vest Alamola. He leads me in Shout as it gets paralyzed turn 1. You can't do that. So he went for Ice Spinner on the Sandy Shocks. The issue is then Mienshao gets paralyzed and then it dies turn 2. Mienshao is very good. I brought Goldengo, Weavile, Cobalion, Sandy Shocks, the Dunsparce, Whimsicott. It's not amazing, but it's good. And it's probably your easiest win con. If Sandslash can break, if Sandslash Baxcalibur can break, Mienshao should be able to win, possibly late game. But you lose Mienshao turn 2, and either way, Mienshao should have gotten way more value than it did dying turn 2. Just for an Ice Spinner crit. It's Sandy Shocks. Like, but he led it and then chose not to U-turn. So, yeah, it's mostly his fault. Then he chilies out with Slowking on the Cobalion. Because he goes, where would he win? Because Sandy Shocks, I think, just Volt Switches on Slowking into Cobalion, and then sets up Rocks. As it chilies out into Sandslash. Sandslash tries to set up, gets roared out. At this point, he has no momentum, and he never gains it back. Later on, the Sandslash keeps taking Rocks chip. The Dunsparce chips down Tinkaton. The Alamola reveals to be Assault Vest. And he's made no progress at this point. At this point, all the progress he has made after this Tinkaton chip, all that Sceptile has done to my team was he got an Earthquake off. No, I don't even think at that point he had an Earthquake off to kill Walion. No, he didn't at that point. All he had done was knocked the Dunsparce, and he had weakened Sandy Shocks. I think that was all the progress he had made. So basically nothing. Oh, and he got an Earthquake off into Whimsicott. That was it. That was all he had done. After Tinkaton takes chip, that's when the Alamola goes Assault Vest. A flip turns out, gets him backs. Dragon Dances as Whimsicott comes in, but I have Encore, so he's forced out. He has a Scout for my set. So he switches out into Tinkaton as he gets paralyzed. No, that happened earlier. As I just click Encore. Sandslash doubles in as I go Sandy Shocks, which is a good play. And that's, yeah, at this point, then the Cobalion takes an Earthquake from Sandslash. So at this point, that's when he finally made any type of progress. Because now the Cobalion's in range of +2 Earthquake. Which is good, but then he switches out as I Volt Switch it on the... Oh, no. Yeah, I Volt Switch on the Tinkaton, I believe. And then get in... No, I don't think I Volt Switch. I think I just go... No, I definitely Volt Switch. I don't remember. Yeah, I think I Volt Switch into... I don't know, I go hard, did I? Wait, what do I do here? I forget. I Volt Switch, and I think he goes hard into Tinkaton. And so then I decide to go... No, can't be right. Maybe I Volt Switch on Slowking. I don't remember what I Volt Switch on. I Volt Switch on something. I think I Volt Switch on Backs coming in. No, I can't be right either. No, I hard switch, and he also hard switches, I think. I don't remember. But, eventually we get into a situation where the Sandslash takes a Body Press from Cobalion as it sets up a Swords Dance. I sack off to Dunsparce, but at that point, the snow ends. I think that's right. I think he goes Slow King as I go for Volt Switch. And I get in Weavile to click knock. Oh, that's definitely what happened. I Volt Switch as he goes Slow King, and I knock the Tinkaton then. He goes for... Wait, that's not right. I don't know. I think that is right. I knocked the Tinkaton. But I'm forced to switch out, and then I think he just goes... He gets in Sand Slash again somehow, as he Swords Dances on the Cobalion. Then Cobalion gets the Body Press off, puts it in 2 Rocks range slash Rocks plus Spikes. I stack off the Dunsparce, then get in the Weavile, because at this point Sinnoh is ended. I just click knock. Yeah, that's definitely what happened. He doubled. That's right. On Cobalion, he just goes hard into Slow King. As I Volt Switch, I go Weavile, Tinkaton comes in, then he doubles back into Sand Slash, gets his Swords Dance up. I go hard to Dunsparce, sack it off. Snow ends, I get Weavile in, just to click knock. Tink comes back in, clicks Player Up on the Sandy Shocks, and then Sandy Shock sets up a spike, and that essentially ends the game. I just realized my thing's off screen, but yeah. Then the game's over. I cannot lose, but he thinks he has a chance with Bax. He sets up a Swords Dance with Bax Caliber. He has Ice Shard, which goes faster than my Encore, but I have Yachi Berry. So I live, I can Encore him into Ice Shard. I just have a hard switch into Weavile at that point. He has no way to win. Weavile Swords Dances on Aloe, and then I just win the game at that point. He also sacked Slow King on Goldingo for no reason, which was also a huge throw. Because at that point, it gave him actually no... I mean, he didn't have a shot anyway, but... You know, it just gave him 100% no shot. So the issue with Sceptile here is he got out-prepped and outplayed. At this point, his wins... He lost last week. He beat Arca's Luck. And he loses this week. So, he's on a 3-game very, very low streak. He's lost the last 2 and should have lost the last 3. So that's why he dropped 3. Wrong way. Fist. This game was very fast. It was... I don't know his sets. I know it was Taunt Corviknight, and I think it was... Was it Assault Vest, or was it just Spadef? It was either Spadef or Assault Vest. Annihilate. Yeah, that's all I saw. I know nothing else. He brought Deoxys. He did not bring... Wait, what did he not bring? Oh, he didn't bring Darkrai. He didn't bring Darkrai. He brought Deoxys, not Darkrai. So, he's able to get damage into Quagsire early, which is, like, fine. It's good. If it's a setup Annihilate, it's very good. It also helps with Garchomp. But Garchomp still has to deal with Comfy and Dragonite and Bundle, so it's not like very important, but Taunt's core is able to prevent hazards, which is the biggest part. No spikes go up. And Bravebird's very free, so he's able to force Will into what was it, Dragonite early? I think he just goes hard Dragonite. He's able to force Dragonite in early. But it's like not actually that good because he doesn't have anything for the Dragonite. He's able to Brave Bird chip it, right? The Quag. But Dragonite gets in on like a Defog, I believe. And then he just clicks Flamethrower. Or I think he Hurricanes. I think he might Flamethrower. I don't remember. But yeah, eventually Dragonite gets in and it kills Garchomp. It kills Grample. It does like 70% Deoxys, 75, and like 60 to Annihilate before it finally dies. To core Brave Bird, but then the Ogre. Wait, No, before it dies to Annihilate. Then Ogerpon comes and clicks Trailblaze. It doesn't actually kill. And then, you know, Ogerpon dies, which is a big throw by Will, but Fist is able to kill Ogerpon there. But then Urshifu comes in, clicks Trailblades itself. Deoxys comes in, it has Focus Blast, but then it misses. So at that point, the game's over. He loses to Koufei. It was very fast. Fist definitely got, like, more unlucky. He missed a Focus Blast, and Will hit, like, he missed one Hurricane, I'm pretty sure. He missed a Draco, which actually helped him, and he missed a Hurricane. And he clicked, like, 7 Hurricanes. Like, he clicked a fuck ton of Hurricanes, and he just wasn't missing them. And then Fist missed his only Focus Blast he went for. So, you know, that was pretty unlucky. But other than that, he just didn't have anything to beat the top 4 bonds on Will's team, which at this point nobody's, or not even the top 4, just in this case it was Dragonite that was the issue. But he also didn't have anything for Urshifu after the Focus Blast missed, so that sucked. Then we get into Will. I literally just talked about it. Will does end up taking a lot of damage to Quagsire early for no reason. Well, it was for a reason, it just didn't actually work. But the Dragonite eventually gets in. It's able to kill Garchomp. It's able to kill Gramble. It's able to weaken Annihilate down to like 40. And it weakens Deoxys down to like 25, 30. Urshifu then gets a Trailblaze off on the Volcanion, or on the Annihilate after Ogerpon dies. And yeah, and then the Deoxys misses Focus Blast. And he's able to revenge it with Corviknight, but he has nothing for Koufei at that point. Volcanion and Corviknight cannot beat Calm Mind Koufei. So we'll just prep this nicely. He didn't do anything crazy. He just set up and attacked with Dragon. He didn't set up, but he just attacked with Dragonite and set up a Trailblaze with Urshifu, which didn't actually matter, but set up with Koufei and won. It was very simple. And Spider, Spider got, I mean, I wouldn't say bailed out, but, he actually just did get bailed out in the end, but we'll get into that when we get there. So Spider's team was actually pretty interesting. He brought Toxic Protect, Flex Fletcher Galgi. It was Booster Iron Crown. It was Terra Fairy, Leftovers Defensive, Regigigas, Agility, Arcanine, Spike Spadef Tinglu, and then Colbur Berry Spectrier. Not a crazy team, pretty standard. It's just kind of what he's been bringing all season. Like Tinglu, Spectrier, and Arcanine, I'm pretty sure it's been like that basically every week. So it's either been Choice Scarf, Choice Bandit, or Boost Arcanine every week. Or I guess one week was Hardstone. Versus me, it was Hardstone. But yeah. Arc brings Tusk, Raging Bolt, Porygon, Landorus, Ninetales, Victory Bell. Biggest threats to the team are Great Tusk and Landorus. He has no switches to these guys. There's no ground resist brought. And he has 2 very, very, very scary ground types. So yeah, these two are going to be very problematic. And it becomes even more problematic because he misses a Wisp on 2 Great Tusk with Spectrier, and Spectrier dies. So yeah, that was awful. That's like the biggest threat to his team. And if it's not that, it's the other ground type, but it's probably the biggest threat to his team. And it just dodged a Wisp. So now Spectrier died, and it would not have died if it didn't dodge. And Great Tusk doesn't have a burn off. So he's forced to go into the Regigigas, allows him Porygon. Tinglu's able to come in, get a Spike off at this point, which is good, but oh, here it is, Spike up. He Whirlwinds on the Great Tusk switch, and it gets back in Porygon. He Earthquakes, which is a bad play, but I mean, it's okay, I guess. He Earthquakes as Porygon clicks Recover. Then Porygon clicks Ice Beam again. as the Regigigas comes, or no, as I think the Tinglu just clicks Roar, a Whirlwind again, because he has no switch for Ice Beam at this point, because it's download, he keeps getting a special attack boost, and he has no switch in. So he roars, I think, and then he just gets in Landorus or Ninetales or something. I think he gets in Landorus, and Landorus clicks U-turn as the Regigigas comes in. Then the Ninetales comes in on the Regigigas, and Ninetales clicks Wisp as Spider opts to go hard Arcanine. Arcanine's definitely the play. And he clicks hard Flare Blitz into Great Tusk. So weakening this Tusk is a very good, like, it's very good that you got to weaken Tusk this early. Oh, not this early, it's like mid-game at this point. But weakening Tusk, making that Flare Blitz play was big. To be fair, it was very free. There was no real switch. But it's very big that he was able to get it. Don't remember what happens then. I think he just... I don't remember. I can't remember if he stays in or not. I think he just stays in then. Just fuck it. But... I think he then kills Tusk. I don't remember. I think he goes hard Regigigas on Tusk, which takes an Earthquake. But then, I don't remember. I can't remember. No, I think that's what happens. I think he goes hard Regigigas on Earthquake. Then the Regigigas clicks Icy Wind again. Porygon's forced to recover. And then he goes hard into Dragalge. Or no, I don't think that's what happened. I don't remember. But, eventually, he gets, Iron Crown set up on the Porygon. Which makes it a threat because the only thing he has to respond to it is Landorus. But you don't want Landorus taking damage because there's no ground resistance on the entire team. That was Bronze. But he has to do, like, he has to go that Porygon. And the crown was sub, and the Porygon had, what's it called? It had Foul Play, but that, like, actually is just a damage roll to break. Because on the first one, as Iron Crown subs, it breaks a sub. But the second time, as Spider clicks Calm Mind, it actually would not have broken the sub. And at that point, he wouldn't have won, but he would have 2-hit killed Lando. I mean, the Ninetales would come in, I guess. But, like, it would have been way bigger of a threat if the first one had not broken. If the first one hadn't broken, it'd be a really big threat. But, well, not really. It wouldn't matter. But he's still just gonna Calm Mind up. So it's really the same thing. But, yeah, he's able to weaken Lando because he, Arc is forced to go Lando. Then on the Landorus, he just stacks ground. Then brings in the Regigigas to click Icy Wind once again as Ninetales comes in. Ninetales clicks Wisp again on Arcanine coming in, which is bad for Arc, but it's great for Spider because Spider at that point can just get up a free agility to be faster than Landorus. As Arc clicks Flamethrower, which is amazing because now he has no chance to get Landorus back because the Spider clicks Head Smash, kills the Ninetales. Then Arc brings in Raging Bolt, which needs to be chipped, but he has not came in once. But Arc goes for Dragon Pulse as after Spider gets the Head Smash chipped, and actually it lives on like 20 HP, or like 15, 20 HP. I think it's like 22 HP. Like he barely lives with Arcanine, and then he's able to switch out to Tinglu and get some actually like pretty decent momentum. So yeah, he gets some good momentum with Tinglu, and he clicks Earthquake as Landorus comes in. which sucks because you could have predicted that with Throat Chop, but it's hard. I mean, it's not an easy play to make. But then you go Regigigas on the Landorus. It takes 2 Earthquakes, kills it with Icy Wind. Raging Bolt comes in, clicks Calm Mind, but it's not getting enough. Raging Bolt kills you, you bring back in Ting Lu. Click Earthquake as Victory Bell comes hard in, which was not your play, actually. So Spider needed to Whirlwind as Victory Bell came in, because it was very obvious that he had to hard Victory Bell. Victory Bell had to come hard in. Arc has no way to win if he does not have both of these pieces alive. He has to have both of them alive. So he goes hard Victory Bell. If he had Whirlwinded and got Raging Bolt back in, Raging Bolt will not get the enough leftovers back to live a head smash, which ends up mattering a ton. And Victory Bell can't come in again. I think maybe it can come in again on an Earthquake, but then you predict again with Whirlwind, and you predict it again. Because he has to. Like, he has to do that. Maybe just Earthquake. I don't know. It's a hard play to make. Whirlwinding twice into Victory Bell. Because if you get it wrong, you actually just lose. Well, not really. I don't know. But, he Earthquakes, his Victory Bell comes in, Ting Lu dies. He doesn't expect Ting Lu to die. But it dies to a Choice Banded Terra Grass Power Whip. Which is huge, because then Arcanine comes in. It's actually slower, but it dodges Power Whip and kills it with Flare Blitz. And then he has to win 50-50 wars with Thunderclap. And he gets him on the second turn. He clicks Agility the first time, and Raging Bolt clicks Thunderbolt or something the second time. And he clicks Close Combat to kill and win the game. So, the issue with Spider and why he didn't honestly go up farther, I don't know if I would have put in this much, but that CC call was absolutely insane. I don't know how he did it. But that's why. And, like, I mean, to be fair, he turns to 50-50. But, like, CCing on the second one is absolutely insane. Complete fuck it, we ball moment. But, yeah, otherwise, like, Arc had multiple 100% guaranteed ways to win this game, and he didn't take them. So, that's why Spider isn't up, like, probably higher. Because otherwise, he probably would be. But again, Arc had multiple 100% ways to win this game, and he didn't take any of them. Moving into Shadow Stitch, this game was very, very cut and dry. Bloom Zoroark was pretty cool bring. Like, this team was pretty cool. He brought a Choice Banded Zapdos, Quick Feet Jolteon, Choppleberry Heatran with Air Balloon Zoroark, so it looks like Trans Air Balloon. Donphan was Custap with Endeavor, and Weezing was just defensive. Zoroark is able to chip through Jirachi and Overqwil, and it also KO'd Colossal early, which is big because now Jolteon's able to revenge Overqwil, and Glacier has to Terra. So at this point, it's like the mid game. You're in like the mid game already, because this game is very short. It's the mid game, and you're in the mid game, and you've killed Overqwil, you've killed Colossal, you've forced a Glastrier, Terra, and Jirachi is low. And all that's happened to you is you've lost Zoroark. And I think Jolteon's weakened, and Tran, I think, is weakened a little bit. No, I don't even know if Tran's weakened. I'm like, was Tran weakened? I forgot. Like, you're fine with that. You're really fine with that. He trades off Donphan to kill the Ursaluna. Or I guess more so, the Ursaluna trades off to kill Donphan. But that works out for Stitch, because that was your best way of beating Weezing plus Heatran. Because the Weezing wasn't even Levitate. So, it was neutralizing gas, which is crazy, but so after the Terra Glacier, he just goes hard Weezing, and it takes a Terra Blast ground, which is a lot. but it's fine because he has to switch out Fearing Wisp, and he Shadow Balls hard into Jirachi and into Akios. Weezing then dies to Valiant, but Valiant is Specs, so then Tran just comes in, takes a Psychic, kills, and then it's just Glacier versus the last three, and then Tran plus Jolt plus Zapdos kill. Very cut and dry game. It wasn't anything crazy on Stitch's side. Sableye definitely made a few mistakes, but like Stitch really didn't do anything. Hey, he just played the game right, and that's how Stitch has done a lot of the season. He's just played the game right. He hasn't made any crazy plays. Like last week, I know he made a good SmackDown, like a great SmackDown play. But that was it. Like that's the only thing he's done recently that really is anything crazy. But he's playing the games right. He's getting the wins. He's played good opponents. Like, well, he's played decent opponents. Yeah. So I mean, he's just playing the games pretty well. Nothing. He's not like a flashy player. Not bringing anything crazy. Actually, his prep's pretty crazy, actually. But yeah. And we get Gravy. This game was... I maybe should have dropped Gravy even farther, but I don't think Shadow Stitch has necessarily played better than Gravy most of the, as a season as a whole. So it's hard to put him there. But Gravy was number 1. He finally drops off for number 3, from number 1. Because this game was just honestly not very well prepped for or played. No, it was mostly just prepped, really. But his team really does struggle into Terra Lapras. Well, he had to beat a Terra Lapras, and he uses Terabagos to break through Diancie early, but the issue with that is that he allows 3 players of Spikes in the process. So now, then Terra Lapras comes in, and it actually just kills everything. Trevenant died, Primarina died, Chiempao died, I think Duraludon died to it as well. No, Duraludon did die to it, I think, as well. And then Mew's able to, like, stop it, but Mew can't win the game at that point. Like, Gravy just didn't have anything. I know that Gravy's part is up, otherwise I would have looked at it, but Gravy's part isn't up, so I couldn't look at it. But it was Citrus Mew, Chiempao didn't show anything. Terabagos was Calm Mind, Rock Polish, Terra Starstorm, and Dark Pulse, and Primarina, I don't remember, it's just like, it didn't show anything. Like, Gravy's part wasn't up, so I couldn't actually tell you his sets, but this game was very just simple. Terabagos killed the Diancie early, but it also allowed 3 layers of spikes, and then nothing killed Lapras. Look at the Muffins, he got a forfeit, so he just stayed where he was. He got a forfeit loss, which sucked, but which ends his win streak, which just sucks. But I mean, shit happens. Then we get a Lars. Lars, first time at number 1. We have a new number 1. He has the best record in the league. Oh, I think at this point, Muffin. They have the same record, but I think Muffin's and Virgil is actually better. But Lars, he beat Volume, who is strong, like a strong opponent despite his record. He's also beaten Spider, who is like top 5 now. His only loss is Shadow Stitch, who is top 4 now. So Lars, his resume is probably the best around at this point, and his record showing. He's brought, it's a little bit different. Like, it wasn't the same type of teams he's been bringing, because most of the time it's either hard Sun or hard not Sun. At this point, it's like a mixture. It was Sun plus like Ditto, Arbok, and Meow. Like, it was weird. It was not even bad. It wasn't balanced. It was just like he had defensive answers to stuff, but it wasn't balanced. But Walking Wake just kind of broke through everything. Game, like, Walking Wake killed. It forced Gren to die. It killed Clef. It killed Gliscor. It killed Lycanroc. I don't think Blaziken died to it. I forget what Blaziken died to, though. I think it died to... Maybe it died to. I think it also died to Walking Wake. I don't remember, though. I think it also died to Walking Wake. But maybe not. I don't remember. Something died. Blaziken died to something. But, so yeah, Walking Wake just kind of killed everything. Again, and this was without Sun. It got, I think, 1 kill in Sun, and every other kill was outside of Sun. Volume just didn't really have much for Walking Wake, and the one check that he did have, Tentacle, didn't come. So, yeah, that was really it. He just didn't have anything. He did almost choke away the end game, but it's off of like he didn't know that that Ditto cannot copy a Terra Pokemon. So he tries to copy Terra Sinistra to kill it with Terra Blastellar, and it doesn't fucking work. And if the Sinistra had clicked Draining Kiss, Lars would be sitting, or not Draining Kiss, but Strength Sap, then Lars would be sitting at 3-2 right now, and probably not number 1. But it didn't. And either way, because the Strength Sap would have put him out of range of Arbok. But yeah, he brought like the sets were AV Arbok, just Terra Stellar Ditto, Scarf. It was Sun Torkoal, Mystic Water Walking Wake, Boots Meow, and Gouging Fire was Heat Crash, Dragon Dance, Sub Morning Sun. So I mean, it's pretty standard stuff. The only crazy thing was AV Arbok, but it was a good Grin check when he didn't really have anything else for Grin. The only other thing was Scarm and Sun could check it pretty well, but it still got destroyed by Dark Pulse. So it's like Grin's really tough here. So AV Arbok dealt with that pretty comfortably. But like his prep, it was just fine. It did what it was supposed to do. Walking Wake did the same thing it does every week, and then he played his end game in a valid way. Like I'm not gonna too much fault him because I also didn't know that Ditto didn't copy Terra Pokemon, but like I feel like if you draft or pick up Ditto, you should probably know that it doesn't. But I assumed it did. I just assumed it wouldn't copy the Terra. So weird ass mechanic, but he didn't know it and I didn't either. That's why I didn't really fault him because I also didn't know that. But yeah, those are the PRs. Nothing too crazy. I mean, there's been some movements. We have a new number 1. Will is finally up a lot. Just because he keeps winning. And the only one he lost to, like, in his last 4 games, he's 3-1, I'm pretty sure. So it's just impressive. Will did drop a lot. Or not Will, Volume did drop a lot. I'm sure he could bounce back, though. Like, I'm quite certain he can bounce back. We said 1 or 2 more. What the fuck? What the fuck? Bruh. Chris commented on my video and said 1 or 2 more. I want more. I need more than 1 or 2 more wins. I need to make playoffs. You know, I need like 3 wins. What the fuck? Funny. But yeah, those are PRs. Hopefully nothing too crazy, too controversial. Hope no one gets offended. Which, I mean, no one has been. No one's really gotten offended, I don't believe. And they shouldn't. I mean, I think everyone here is a good coach. They're in the Delta Division for a reason. I don't think anyone here is bad. I don't think anyone's bad. And, like, everyone's changed. Like, everyone's had their ups and downs this season. Except me. I've been down all season. I was the only one that's been down all season, which fucking sucks. My highest peak was like 11. But, whatever. We bounced back. I'll see you guys. Let's see. I think my week 6 PRs will be up next. Like, probably like Wednesday or Thursday or something. See you when we get them.